So it's morning here at our hostel. It's just a little before 8 and the crew is getting ready to head out to Hierba de Agua. We'll be leaving in about 10 or 20 minutes. Hierba de Agua is a really famous landscape in Oaxaca. I've been before with the school last semester, but we're gonna go back again. And it's called Hierba de Agua, which literally means boiling water, I believe, because there's rock formations there that look just like boiling water. It's really interesting. So right now we're headed out of the city of Mitla towards Hierba de Agua. And we are in the back of a truck.
Sí, sí, sí.
Dog. Do you not think so? Cause I've been thinking. Oh, yay! So that's Hierba de Agua, the famous water that looks like boiling, but it's just rocks. So I wanted to make a really quick comment about something. So some of the coolest things that we visited, especially after we went to Hierba de Agua, was this big market in one of the towns outside of there, in Tlacolula. And it was one of the coolest markets I've ever been to. Markets in general are like one of my favorite things about Mexico. They're super interesting, especially for foreigners, because they're really different than something I would see back home, and they're really colorful. There's a lot to be sold, and it just seems there's not very many tourists. We didn't see any, I don't think. And so it's just like a lot of beautiful produce and products on sale. But the thing is, and I really want to share this with like my family and friends back home some of them who've maybe never been to a market before in Mexico. But the problem I have with this is that it seems really inappropriate at these times to pull out a camera and to start like videotaping people in a market that's like full of people. Like it'd be like me grocery shopping and some weird like foreigner person is just like putting their camera up in my face and just in my everyday life. And I'm sorry that stuff isn't super included into the video or the vlog that I made, but I just wanted to say that it's one of my favorite parts of Mexico. And what else? So that's another whole question to be asked when you're traveling, and I think about it a lot when I'm traveling in Mexico, if it's a good time to start shooting photos like a tourist, if it's not. When we were in Teotitlán de Valle this past week again, it was Easter week, and so in South America and Latin America in general, that's a pretty big deal, and so there's a lot of celebrations that go on, especially in smaller towns. And so there was this really cool, crazy thing going on where like they were carrying these statues of the saints and they were like moving them around the town, and they were giving out these free drinks to everyone, and it was like free, like in this really pretty bowl, like this really colorful bowl, and it would have been really interesting to like capture it on video, but again, like, because the whole community was there were people like dressed in not everyday clothes, and it was super interesting. But then like you saw this one foreigner person and their giant camera was out and they were just like up in everyone's business taking pictures of like this important religious ceremony that was going on in it. You have to ask yourself, do you really want to make yourself stand out more than you already do? And do you really want to be that tourist? Sorry, there aren't that many videos of some, like, one of the coolest things about Mexico and one of the things I'm gonna miss most when I go back home. But you're just gonna have to come down here yourself if you're back home, or you're gonna have to imagine it, or you're gonna have to go to the local market if you're from Querétaro. Yeah. We're starting our day again to Teotitlán de Valle.
First, when those taxis started driving by when we were traveling, we noticed that they would have people in them yet still be honking and flashing their lights at us, and we didn't like that. But then we later realized it's because they were collective taxis. So basically how it works is that they pick up people and fill up their car, 3 or 4 people in the back, 2 people in the front, and then the driver. And they fill it up until there's enough people to go to the location that everyone needs to go to, and then they travel like a bus, kind of, and that's how collective taxis work. Neat, huh? Pretty unique to Oaxaca, I found.
So we're making our way. We're making our way to Teotitlán de Valle, which is very famous for its textiles and for its like woven blankets and things. And we're on our way, and we noticed that the view is beautiful, so we wanted to do a 360 view. Just enjoyed a mezcal on the other side of the street, and we're on our way to the motor taxi.
¡Qué belleza! Bueno, ¿y usted toda la vida ha tejido?
Sí,
Toda la vida, y sus hijos, y su todo, y sus abuelos, y todo. ¡Qué belleza!
y los tapetes, por ejemplo, uno trae el diseño, otro tiene su...
Another day, another church in Mexico. We're still in Teotitlán de Valle, where we're doing a lot of shopping and looking around at beautiful different bags and woven rugs made by the locals. I think that's their main industry here. It's a big tourist draw to buy these products, and so that's what the whole community's industry is based off of. But we've decided, we had some tamales for snack, and then we came to check out the church here. Looks like it's closed, but there's still some really cool designs. One of the guys in the stores, one of the men, was telling us that it's a Zapoteco design, these rocks on the churches, and as well as inside. Just taking a quick break after lunch. It's really hot today. I'm next to the church, and we're having a quick rest before we head out again for some food, for some mole, hopefully. It's a beautiful little pueblo. I don't know if you can see the mountains in the back, but they are there. Yep, just resting at the side of the church. We're in the workshop of one of the, I'm talking to the camera, of one of the stores? Sorry. And before, he was showing us how he does this process of making the blankets. The work is very beautiful.
We're not.
We're on a motor taxi. We're on a motor taxi. We're on a motor taxi. We just did some shopping, and now we're on a motor taxi. A motor taxi, a motor taxi.